Hi everyone, Clyde's Happy Hour is not sponsored by any of the beer that we review. Please enjoy the show and as always, drink responsibly.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Clyde's Happy Hour, home of the happy hour. I am here with my co-producer and / roommate, Courtney.
Hello.
And I'm here with my other co-producer, Mr. Patrick, my brother-in-law.
Hello.
That's right. So, we're all introduced here. We're here for a little exciting episode, a little segment we like to call, Who Would You Like to Have a Drink With?
Yep, that's right.
That's right. So our topic today is a family member that is no longer with us. So I think we can all relate to that. I think we all like to have a family member we still have to have a drink with.
I think whether you knew them or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think anybody listening to this podcast right now,
Can really relate.
yeah, 100% of the audience of ours would definitely can relate to the idea
Mm-hmm.
of, I would love to have a drink with somebody that's not here, mom, dad, brother, sister, so on and so forth.
This segment, all our drinks, represents to everybody that you wish you could have a drink with. It's all just come together on this one here.
Agreed.
Yes.
So which one of you guys wants to go first?
It's Kyle's show,
Oh.
you do it.
Okay. Well, the person I would love to have a drink with, as always, even since I was a kid, I want to have a drink with my grandfather, who I've not met. His name is Edward Dale White. He was on my dad's side, born on Christmas Eve in 1930. He passed away December 23rd, 1976, on my dad's birthday. I think he was early 20s.
Oh, no. Papa, he was...
Oh, no, I meant Dad.
Oh, yeah, Dad was in college.
College,
when
yeah,
it
he was at
happened.
Ferris at the
Yeah.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
Did I hear that properly and your dad and his dad share the same birthday?
No, my dad was on December 23rd, and our grandfather was December 24th, Christmas
okay.
Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're
So-
fine.
Grandpa White is our dad's father, and our dad was born December 23rd. Grandpa White was born on December 24th, and sadly, he passed away December 23rd
Yes. Yes.
in a tragic house fire.
Yeah, it was bad right there. Couldn't imagine right there.
No.
But
Yeah, a few days before Christmas, Dad's birthday, his birthday. It's just
the stories that our parents have always told about Grandpa White is that he's just always a hardworking person. Nothing gets by him right there, and his what was it? I always try to imagine myself trying to. He kind of inspired me to try to work a lot harder than I should these days. He's like that kind of person I look up to on that. Right there, respect a lot. I mean, he even took night school. He used to do road construction his whole life, and I think he only had a high school graduate. Or
he didn't graduate high school, so he went back to get his GED.
Yeah.
And Dad was going to the community college at the same time, so they would see each other.
Yeah.
It's a really
At
cute
the
story.
It is, yeah.
the community college, and he also was a firefighter.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. He was just all around good guy right there. Everybody knew him. He was definitely the one person. If I had a time machine, I'd love to have it.
Yeah, I feel like we would be at their house once a summer.
Yes. Yeah. And I was stogie with him. He was a big stogie cigar smoker too. I didn't realize that. I only have one on 4th of July by 4 on 4th of July.
From what I understood, he always, especially during the summer, he always had a beer in his hand.
Yeah, I think a lot of photos now or lately you can see a beer in my hand at all times.
Yes.
Runs in the family right
No wonder
there.
you're the beer pundit.
Yeah. Very true. Oh, gosh. Oh, God, I wish he was here to get on this segment with us. But again, we'll have a drink for everyone, for your past families right there. We'll celebrate on their honor.
So Kyle, my question to you would be, what drink would you like to have with your grandfather?
That would be Papa White's favorite beer, Pabst Blue Ribbon. And that is an interesting choice. I remember one time Trevor and I were with my parents. This is like almost 10 years ago. We were at our hometown where he's buried in Ruby, Michigan. And Trevor and I, we had a a Bud Light. We didn't have a PBR at the time, but we went to the gravestone. We left a Bud Light and a stogie on his gravestone. Yeah, and my cousin Courtney called us about a month later and asked, "Did you guys leave a beer and a cigar on the gravestone? Because I remember you guys were going out there." She said, and we told her, "Yeah, that was us." She sent a photo, and it was there at the time. I thought it was pretty nice.
Yeah, Grandma and Grandpa White. It was a very small community, and a lot of people like them. And that cemetery, actually, Papa worked at, and Dad worked at.
Yep.
So they are respected there, and I think people just have respect for grave sites, which, yeah,
It should be respected these days.
most
Most
people.
people.
Sadly,
Good
we
people.
hear
Yeah.
horror stories about some things, but we're lucky enough to have not that happen to their grave sites.
Well, I remember we used to live close to Hell, Michigan, and I always thought around Halloween we were kind of close to a cemetery. When we were kids, I'm thinking they're going to rise above the grave and get us on Halloween. I just know, too many zombie movies.
A school field trip was to walk to the cemetery and do where you take a crayon and a piece of paper.
Yeah, trace it over, color
yeah,
it over.
I mean,
yeah,
that's a little disrespectful now thinking about it, but at the time,
yeah,
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 Yeah, a lot of people used to do that.
yeah,
That was a thing.
yeah, not so
yeah.
much these days.
Especially,
but
now we don't know these
Are,
people.
Are both your grandparents buried at the same spot? Like, do they have the
Yep.
next to each other.
Right next-
couple's grave, I guess, or the couple's whatever it's called? Maybe?
I don't know what that's called. Yeah, that's
I
a
don't
good
know what it's
question.
called. I
Yeah,
don't know the exact.
Yeah, they're buried next to each other.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think they're buried next to some family and friends.
yeah, that's always
Yeah.
nice.
So, Kyle, tell me about Past Blue Ribbon.
Well, a lot of interesting history around this particular interesting beer. It was established in Milwaukee in 1844. Something I never really thought of right there. Yeah, I never thought of it. It's been around quite a while. And if you're a vegan, this is actually a friendly beer for you, supposedly. Yeah,
that's
some of
good.
the ingredients right there. So there you go. There's a beer for everybody now. And there's something I never thought of.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was established in Wisconsin. And then they moved to the headquarters to L.A. And then in October 8th, 2020, they moved to San Antonio, Texas. And they also brewed a hard coffee and a seltzer and a whiskey.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I know seltzers are really popular right now. Bud Light and stuff's doing that. And I did remember seeing a coffee one in the store not too long ago. I was like, okay, PBR, sticking with the times.
Yeah, they really are for being 200 years old right there. And it was originally called Best Select. And then they called Past Select. And then the name came from the Blue Ribbon name came from tying a blue silk around the bottles of the neck from 1882 to 1916.
Oh, I didn't know they did that.
No, me neither. No.
So, why is it called Pabst? Excuse me.
Pabst. It was, I think,
Because he was saying that at one point it was called Best Selects, and then I wonder if people just called it Paps for short, because then they went to Paps Select. So whether
right, yeah.
Okay.
And then they actually stopped with the blue ribbons in World War I because it was a shortage of silk, of that. You have to use that
Yeah.
for the military right there. So they decided just to, instead of putting the blue ribbons, why didn't we just put the word blue ribbons on there? It's just kind of catchy right there. Yeah.
Yep. And I know every college kid drinks Paps because it's so affordable.
It really
but
is.
it's good. It's
Yeah,
good.
it came so many packs. I think it was like a 30 pack right there. It's like under $30
Yep.
or 20 or something. Yeah, it's like not a bad idea. I think if I read right, they were bought out by another company for like $200 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're making some buku bucks right there. And it was also in 1982, it was the fifth in beer sales in the U.S. alone right
nice.
there. Yeah, so that was just 1982 right there. So it's got to be more, obviously, by now. But yeah, like you said, give them credit for keeping up with the times right now.
Yep. Respect your elders.
Yeah, so it's been a while since I had one of these. I like that sound. This is, yeah, it's the only one I could get is a 24 full ounce, so I'm not complaining.
Not a bit. Yeah. I'm
No.
like, that's not a bad problem to
No.
have.
Well, this is kind of really light. Reminds me of a Bud Light, actually. And if I was getting somebody to start drinking for the first time, I would say get a PBR for sure. It's a good starter beer for sure. I mean, it's not that I've seen high in calories, but it's not that I don't have an aftertaste. It's like
Not
drinking.
hoppy or
No, it's like
dark.
drinking kind of like water, but it's smooth. Good smooth flavor. And if you're a vegan, there you go. I never knew that.
Why is it like vegan friendly?
Oh, it's just the ingredients that they put in.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
I can tell why. I mean, you got to think when Grandpa White was alive, like the beer selection isn't what it is now, obviously. It's affordable. You said it's light and crisp. And if he worked construction, this would be a good beer because sometimes like regular Budweiser is so heavy that I could see why he would pick this to drink and why this was his drink.
Mom said back in the day on PBR, it was just a white can and the word beer was in black letters. It was just beer. That was it. It was like
That's
58
cool.
cents right
Yeah.
there back in the day. I just thought, oh my gosh, that's pretty
Wow,
funny.
58 cents for a can.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I'm just like, yeah, but oh god, I just thought, wow, it's like a Simpsons commercial. I don't know. I can see like Duff, but then it just says beer just to cover that up or something. So it really has come a long way. And I think it won America Best in 1983. It was a big beer fest right there. And that's how they kind of got started out with the PBR with the name right there.
Nice.
Yeah, this is for you, Grandpa White. Okay.
Oh, nicely done.
That was
there.
nicely done.
Nice call there.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So Courtney, how about you? Who would you like to have a drink with?
I would love to have a drink with Grandma White. Her name was Anna Grace Martin, was her maiden name. She was born July 29th, 1930 in Pennsylvania. And she passed away in November 1980 from, she had sadly brain cancer. Her and Papa, they were married in August 30th. 1952, and they actually met on a blind date. So I thought that was pretty
yeah,
cute.
that's
So I was
right.
wondering, I'm like, she's from Pennsylvania, so I kind of wondered
Yeah.
how they met. But yeah, they were set up on a blind date, and she moved from Pennsylvania to Michigan. But while in Pennsylvania, she had 2 sisters and 2 brothers, which out of all those siblings, herself and the second oldest sister have passed away. So a lot of her siblings are actually still alive, which is pretty cool. Do you remember when we went to Pennsylvania, Grandma
course.
Martin?
Yeah.
That's her mother.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Grandma White was a very, very hard worker, but Dad said she loved to travel. And she actually told all of her kids before settling down and getting married and having kids, do as much traveling to see the world because the world is so amazing. And she actually...
It's good advice.
Yep.
Very good.
Went to Cuba before they shut that down to the
Oh,
United States.
yeah.
Before Castro?
Yep. So that's pretty cool. She even, they still have her postcard that she sent to, I don't remember if it was to her mom or one of her sisters, but yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty cool. So she liked traveling. And I think when I was younger, I've never been a big traveler. There's places I've always wanted to go to.
Sure.
And now I'm like, oh man, I should have done it like she said.
Oh,
before
yeah.
having kids and settling down and when we were
Right.
younger.
When you and I first met, I recall that you almost didn't move to Arizona because you were going to go traveling with your friends.
Yes, I was going to go
So,
backpack in
ironically-
Europe.
Yeah, ironically, you were doing exactly what your grandmother had suggested.
Yep.
Like you were going to.
You were
do.
going
No,
to.
but I was-
And then I sadly tied you down. And
Yeah, it was for the best because I was so irresponsible at the time. It was like, that was the last thing I needed to go. Even though the experience would have been cool, my maturity level was like at a 5-year-old. What I admire about Grandma White, even not meeting her, is how she was as a mom and just a matriarch of her family. I guess Grandpa White used to say when they first met, the woman could burn water. She just wasn't a homemaker. She liked working. She liked traveling. She liked being social butterfly. So it just didn't come very naturally to her. But when she, had Dad, and then she had our Aunt Dawn, Deanna, Buck, and Jim, and they didn't have a lot of money, but she would
Stretch the dollar.
yeah, she knew how to stretch a dollar. She would go to 4 or 5 different grocery stores to hit the sales. She would help make fishing pole lines. She worked at a pickle factory. She did things to make sure her family always had food on the table and it would stretch out. Like didn't have all the money in the world for entertainment. So when they would go to like the zoo, she would pack a lunch and make a beautiful picnic. It was really cool, like a leprechaun tree, and they would go back there and she would read books to them and they just play there. And Dad has recreated that for our daughter. He calls it the leprechaun tree, but we've recently changed it to the Halloween tree because our daughter thinks it's a Halloween tree. So
Oh, yeah,
it's
the lights
cool.
are still there.
Yep.
Our Uncle Kyle over here.
Yep, and that's
Yeah.
because of you, because you decorated it with Halloween stuff. So she
Oh.
calls it the Halloween tree.
Oh, really?
Blame for-
Yeah.
So it's cool to pass that on, but I just admire who she was as just a person. Even though not meeting her, she just seemed like when the tough got going, it didn't faze her. It just was like, okay, then we're going to do this. And she just seemed very calm and stoic about it. Just a caring, wonderful person. I know she was always at my dad's baseball games and always supported her kids.
Yeah, all of them in any way.
I admire
Yeah.
that about her. So
That's not easy.
if she was here today, I think what her drink was, and she wasn't a big drinker from what I understand.
No.
But I picked a blue lemonade Moscow Mule because I think she would have grown the blueberries and lemons herself and the ginger, and it probably would have been so amazing. And the amber, the cups that a Moscow Mule comes with, I just think of like old timey.
Yeah, they're made of copper, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question for the non-drinker. What exactly is a Moscow Mule?
Yes. So the first thing people should know about a Moscow Mule, the most important part about a Moscow Mule, it has to come in a copper cup. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, you can have a Moscow Mule in a non-copper cup. No, you have to have a copper cup because you have ginger beer in there, which is pretty much, it has a lot of ginger in it and it infuses with the copper, and it just gives it a little more pep, a little more zep, and it makes it taste so much better and just keeps it cold longer. So you have to have a copper cup. You get ginger beer, and I find that Kroger's here in Michigan has a Kroger brand of ginger beer, and it's excellent. I really like it. And then you do vodka, and what I like to do is sometimes, use flavored vodkas. So for this one, it's blueberry vodka with a splash of lemonade, ice, and ginger beer. So I just can picture Grandma White going into her garden and getting the blueberries and crushing them and putting them in, and
all natural.
Yeah,
All natural.
and,
That tastes even better.
and it's just like kind of a pretty stoic drink, and that's what I see us drinking together. And
Yeah.
I just picture if they were alive when we were, I'm sure we would have had so many summers with them, and they would have shown us cool things. They were just really hands-on parents, and that's how they would have been as grandparents. And I know all the grandkids admire them
Yeah.
so
we
much.
do. We really do.
And none of us met them,
No.
but their children love them so much and just say wonderful things about them.
Makes you want to meet them even more.
Yep, it does.
Yep.
But I'm just blessed to know that we're a part of them.
Yeah, part of the family. Yeah.
Yep.
It's always an honor each and every day.
Yep.
Know that we are related to them.
I will lift my Moscow Mule and cheers to Grandma and Grandpa White.
Yeah, I'm gonna cheers to that.
Yes, we love you, and
Bottoms up.
bottoms up.
Lime.
Delicious.
It's delicious. Yeah. Good job. Wow.
That was a lot of fun. Want to take? That was really fun. I'd like to do like segments like this more often. You guys want to take us home?
Yeah. You know what?
Yep.
I also like to hear some comments of who would you like. Please leave a comment on our site. Oh, thank you.
Please leave a comment on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Who would you want to have a drink with somebody who's not here?
Yeah, including the drink too, and maybe explain the drink as well right there. Please, we love to read it. That'd be great. Everyone can bond right there.
I'll definitely do that. Anybody who actually responds and pops something on YouTube or Facebook or any comment at all, you know what? First person to leave a comment in regards to this, we'll read it on next week's episode.
Good one.
Episode.
Yeah, the next segment. Yeah, we'll read it out loud and proud.
We'll give you guys a shout out for participating.
Yeah, we all need a shout out like that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everybody for joining our great, exciting episodes and more to come later. I've been your beer pundit Kyle, and I've been joined by Courtney.
Hello. Goodbye.
And Pat.
Have a great one, everyone.
Thank you everybody. Please like and subscribe, and as always, drink responsibly.
Have a good night.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
I just saw you scratch. I'm sorry.
What'd you scratch? Oh, that is
Sorry.
funny.
Keep it together. I didn't want to. Sorry. It got me jumbled.
I thought you remembered something about Grandma White.
No.
Apparently not.
Sorry. Okay.
I think we spent our after credits.